Hey. So today the audio should be better than usual. I want to test some things out, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. Hey. Mm, mm. There. You know the drill. For now, for the first 5 minutes, it's only social media posts and other stuff. Let's go. Yeah, I'm starting earlier today. Not that many people will notice, but yeah, I am starting about half an hour earlier. Hopefully that will save me, get me some more people to join the stream. Hopefully, let's see. Not betting my money on it, but I will try. What else? What else? Uh, uh, uh. What the fuck?
Como premium, não importa se você quer relaxar ou jogar energia lá no alto. Aqui você ouve o que tá afim, sem
Hey there! How are you? Yeah, I'm doing fine. What about you?
gosta, sem anúncios. Quer voltar?
Uh,
Clique no banner pra saber mais.
let's go to Alfheim. Kill some elves. Be part of a war that we have no business being at. Maybe I should change one thing about the stream. Not this. I can't change it. Can't I change that during the stream? I can't. So fuck that. How are you, man? How are you? That's nice. What kind of art do you do? What kind of portfolio did you work on?
Okay. Who's
Ooh,
that? I think.
is
we
it
killed him.
online?
Look up there. Whoa, what's that about?
Not our concern, boy. Focus.
Not our concern, boy.
Here. Boy. What does it say?
What does it mean? What does it mean? I would love to see it if I can. So if it's online, please do share it in the stream, and I will check it out after the stream. How dare you? How dare you, Spiggy? How dare you? Ah! Not even my jokes make sense since you are not even listening. Ugh. I hate when he does that. Oh, he's hearing me. Hey, 2 minutes of cinematic portfolio is more than any cinematic portfolio I've ever done, so that's a win in my book. Ooh, I like this one. Ooh, I like this one. Don't break. I can't promise you to check it out. I can't promise you that I will say anything worthwhile, because you will probably just blow my mind away with it. But yeah, do send it. If it's online, send it to the chat and I will check it after the stream.
Something about an eternal war for the light. I don't get it. If both sides need it, Why not just share it?
Greed. You will find it a common cause for war.
Oh, did it appear? Maybe I can't see links in the chat. It's not here, so I guess you probably can't send it through here. Send it to my DMs on Twitter. Don't worry about it. It doesn't appear in the stream. I'm afraid, yeah, I won't be able to see it. Sus.
They keep murdering the lighthouse.
It is war. The end of one. The robed one's lost.
Oh.
Thanks, man. I will check it out. I will for sure check it out after the stream. Thoughts on what? Never... What? What's that? Ragnar what? Is that an ice cream? No, in all honesty, all joking aside, whatever, I think the trailer looked amazing. I kind of regret watching the trailer. I don't know if that makes sense. It made me really excited, but I kind of regret watching it because I think they showed a tad too much. Why did the fucking camera have to move? I think... Yeah, there are many exciting things about that trailer, but the thing that I'm like excited about, it's not in the trailer. Have you noticed that in any trailers there is no sign of the snake? The word serpent, it's not anywhere to be seen in any trailer at all. You see almost every character from the first game in the trailers for the second one, but you don't see the snake. I like a lot of developers, and I mean a lot of developers have come out and said that we haven't seen even 5% of the contents of the game in those trailers. So we might not even have seen enough, but like I wish I didn't saw like the wolves. I would have lost my mind with that. The wolves tearing up the sky scene. Hey, Lala Blue, how are you? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I think the past trailers made it look like a slight upgrade to this game, to the 2018 game. And this latest trailer made it look like something completely new. And that got me excited. Hey Gary, how are you? But yeah, I think they showed a tad bit too much. I might be wrong. They really defend the trailer though. I think... Okay, theory time with Dotpon. So, in the trailers, there are points where you see Mimir on Kratos' there are parts of the trailer where you see Mimir on Kratos' hips, like his the word in English is escaping me, sorry, but there are parts of the trailer where you see Mimir hanging, and there are parts of the trailer where you don't see him hanging, and I think they pulled a Joel there, and we probably won't have Mimir for most of the trip. As much as I like Mimir in the first game, it's one of my favorite characters in the game. I think they are moving away from the head. I think there at some point you will either regain his body or he will have a new body. Because Mimir is such an important character Feed him to the fishes. Like, Mimir is such an important character. He is the ultimate explanation book. He can explain everything. He knows everything, and having him on the for the entire game will turn so many things different, easy for them to just have one character that explains everything. Eclipse, it's been a while. How are you? I already scheduled the next episode of Snap. If you can guess the guest, the next guest on Snap, I will tell you you're right. I'm doing fine. This week has been a really stressful week. Like, really stressful. I'm not even sure that I can talk about the stress on stream. That's how stressful it was. But I'm doing better now, I guess. Oh no, it's nothing to do with Red Bull. Nothing to do with Red Bull. And it's an entirely new guest. It's not a repeat. And not... Yeah, it's been a crazy week for the world, though. It's not like the problem went away. It's still hanging, but okay, so I will be honest with you guys. Some of you know where I work, some of you don't. I won't say it directly on stream, but my company laid off a few people this week, and my office in my town was one of the ones that wasn't closed down, and that stressed the heck out of me.
Need more time.
But things seem to be better now. Oh, I never use this attack. This is so satisfying.
More will come.
Where's this stuff even come from?
So, no guesses on who the Oh Snap guest is?
Yeah.
Am I that random with the guesses?
No.
With the guests? Yeah. And Portugal gives you very little support if you end up getting laid off.
At least we're getting closer to the light. Wait, is that Sindri?
Oh, go ahead. Throw. You have 5 chances each. Good luck.
How are you here before us, dwarf? We were told our path was the only one between realms.
Well, it may be the only way for you to
I
travel,
won't
but
give any
dwarves
clues.
are full of surprises.
That is not an answer.
Hang on to that
I
sense of
already
wonder.
gave you 2
There's so little
clues.
mystery
It's
once
not
you've
part
amassed the
of
wealth
the
of knowledge I
Red
have.
Bull, and it's
Realms,
not
resources, how to craft
someone
them
I
into
had
ancient
before in the
god
show.
magic.
It's a new guest.
To the
So
novice, I'm sure it all seems like
do
magic,
with it
but-
as you please.
Oh, all right. It's magic. Are you happy now?
Sindri, have you always been so...
Clean? Huh. Don't I wish. No, I was just as unsanitary as the next dwarf until the day a Vanir witch set me straight. She discovered with her magic there are hundreds of thousands of tiny beasties
It's
on
not
everything
Evie.
around us. Ugh,
I would
so
love
small
to
you
have
can't even
Evie on the
see
show
them.
though,
No.
but it's not Evie.
It's true. And if they get inside you, they make you sick. But the witch told me there's one wood, the oak, that's a natural deterrent. Stops the beasties from spreading. So now,
She's
I make all
probably
my handles smoke. See?
the
I think of
most
these things.
requested
Okay,
person
back to work.
I've had so far.
So how come Brock's blue and you're not?
Boy,
Oh, it's fine. Very good question, actually. You see, my brother's not as careful as I am. In fact, he prefers to work with metals using his own bare hands.
Not look.
No
Very,
gloves. Says it's the only way he can hear what it wants to be.
very good guess
Touch
though.
enough raw silver and it
I won't
changes
tell you
your
why that's a good guess,
That means
but
I
it was a very good
wouldn't
guess.
bring it up to him though. You know how sensitive he can be.
I guess that makes sense. Sindri, why don't you just make up with your brother already?
Me? Make up with him? Because he's an obstinate change. Because he says the most terrible things about me just because he's insecure about his own work, which let me tell you
Ooh, no.
is subpar. Because he blames me for the things that aren't my fault.
Huh? Like what?
But I would be
Would you
interested
pardon me, please?
on
I need to collect
something.
myself.
Would you like to see more community managers on the show? I had Kevin twice on the show. I had Kevin before he was a Band Studios community person, and I had it after that, and not yet. I'm planning to ask her. Don't tell her if she's not watching this. Don't tell her. But no, I never had ultraviolet here. But would you be more interested in having more people from the industry, especially community
we begin?
managers here? I think it would be interesting to know how they make the choices that they make. Like, how do they choose who they retweet? Because there are a lot of speculation on they only retweet the popular VPs. They only retweet. They only share those who make content from their games. So, would you be interested in that?
I don't suppose you could try keeping that clean.
Because Oh Snap is a show that I created initially with the intent of getting people to know the
amazing.
to get people to know the other side of VP, not only the photos. And I think I'm at a place that I might be able to invite some people from the industry, and they will be on the show. I'm not sure. He was on two God of War YouTubers. He was on two God of War YouTubers YouTube channels. Spectral, not Spectral. But I'm really liking the suggestions. I will give you one extra clue, just for funsies. You have to think about OSnap as a in-camera show. A show where I'm on camera
There's a boat tangled up over
and the guest is always on camera. And everyone that ever said no, the main issue was always
I could use a distraction.
it's on camera. So nowadays, to avoid receiving a no and to avoid a very awkward conversation, I mostly go for people that show their face on the internet. Not necessarily their profile pic, but if they share Insta stories, if they share pictures of them, it doesn't have to be a profile pic of themselves, but it has to be someone that will be willing to be on camera. That's something that I established quite a while ago. I have asked people before, and they always said no.
Really?
Because of that. No, it's not Electro. And I think you had your 5 speaking. So does Cory count? Does your Cory? It doesn't count.
Did your mother speak of this realm?
Not much. Just that since the elves are always fighting over the light, they kept them isolated.
You give up too easily, my friend. Too easily. Yeah, Eclipse, go ahead. You still have 3. I will be surprised if anyone guesses, though.
Huh?
Again, I said nothing.
Weird. Could have sworn you said something.
I had Steffi. She was the first guest of the second season, and one of the and she helped me with one of the discussions, the community discussion, the like I had a discussion, a broad discussion about the virtual photography community, and she was part of that panel with Hoffman. So she was twice in the show. It's not Rosa or Paige. No, I didn't have the photo mode guys on yet.
You're nothing.
What's going
I
on?
think that episode still holds up pretty good
Lots of
though.
voices. Angry.
The community one, I think it holds up pretty well. Not much has changed since then.
It felt evil.
I won't say that you were close for this month on look though.
Look, should we try talking to them?
No.
But maybe they need help.
They do not stop us, so they do not concern us.
But
They
maybe...
do not concern us.
I have so many plans for OSnap. The problem is the time. Time with OSnap is one of those things that I thought it wouldn't take that much time doing, but it does. Like I thought it would be just something that I do on the weekends, but like after that first season, I quickly realized that it was impossible to do it only on the weekends.
Como premium, não importa se você quer relaxar ou jogar
And
energia
yeah, this environment is really pretty.
tá afim,
Alox.
sem interrupções. Defina como vai ser o seu dia com a música que mais gosta, sem anúncios. Quer voltar pro premium? Clique no banner para saber mais.
Look at that. That must be the Ring Temple. It's sad the elves can't work things
Not
out.
Chrissy,
Alfheim's such a beautiful place.
Kirsty, sorry if I
War makes it
mispronounced it.
ugly.
See with the eyes
And
of
not
a child.
CJ. CJ does never show
So
this
this is
face,
beauty
so
only in the
I'm
book,
afraid
isn't it?
to even ask. But I would be curious because he's a new member of the community, a newish member. He started with Ratchet and Clank, if I'm not mistaken. So I would love to hear his opinion on the state of the community and how he was approached initially by the community. But no, sadly not CJ. I won't tell you. Mate, if I tell you straight up, I will, like, if you, none of you finds out, most of you will at least comment on the Twitter post about it. So that's engagement. I'm playing. I'm a puppet master. You are my puppets. I'm just trying to go for the engagement on this point. Yeah. Not Bethy, but that's another one that I think would be really cool. You would be surprised None of them. You're wrong, Eclipse. You're out of the game. Yeah, no. But great suggestion so far. I will have ideas for who to invite for the next couple of months. At least a full season here. But I'm glad we did this. So there was a lot of people that I haven't thought about, honestly, that you mentioned. So I will for sure be talking with those people. One of the things is one of the things that you also have to consider when thinking about Oh Snap is that some people don't like me. Some people really don't like me. So I'm always on the fence about asking people that I don't interact that much. And up until recently, I had this thing where I would immediately be suspected of anyone entering the VP community because of my early experience in the VP community. So now if you go like back like a month or two ago, I wasn't following many people that I'm following nowadays because I was so close-minded about that, about my Twitter interactions, my Instagram interactions, and that has since changed because I can see now that my experience, my bad experience at the start of all this, that let's say like my first year or so, my second year of VP wasn't the greatest, but the people that made my life not be the greatest during that year don't interact anymore with most people, with most VPs.
Sometimes never to return.
So it's just poor judgment on my part to blame new VPs for something that they didn't do. So I started to follow a whole lot of people recently. Eclipse was one of them. I wasn't following Eclipse for the longest time. Another thing that I changed is the way that I treat community pages. I also used to be very on the fence about any community pages that appear, and I'm still not following most of them, but I also don't have them muted as I used to. So yeah, I used to have a lot of the community pages on mute, and now I don't. I hate this puzzle.
Focus up.
The problem is not the reach. And I don't necessarily agree, because I see many people starting VP not following. No, it's not about tagging. Is I used to tag them all, most of them. Well, the ones that I used to tag don't exist anymore, and that's my problem with community pages. The problem with community pages is that I think, and I might be wrong on this one, I know not everyone I think that not everyone does it by that, but I think many start on a place of seeking yeah, and I think like there used to be two, and that was it. VirtuaCam and GamerGram, and those were the only twos. And after quite a lot of drama, GamerGram split into GamerGram split into the Capture Collective, and the Capture not split, but one of the members started with the collective. You know exactly. Oh, this was like years ago though. And I'm so glad both Spiggy and Gary are here, because they were there during those days, and because of that drama, like there was never any drama that I'm aware of with anyone from the Capture Collective. And that's actually really cool to be able to say. But after that drama, I stayed very on the fence about community pages. And then VirtuaCam left. And then VirtuaCam left. VirtuaCam was like the original community page for. They used to have this. Oh man, and I know at least Gary was there, but VirtuaCam used to have this thing called Virtua Sun, and they were the original, like, throw a theme. They would throw a theme every week. They would post on Thursdays the name of the theme that they were going to have that week, and everyone on the virtual community page on the virtual community everyone in the virtual community would post their shots for that theme on Sunday and use the Virtua Sun, because Virtua Sunday hashtag, and then at the end of Sunday they would make a Twitter moment with all the shots that everyone posted under the Virtua Sun hashtag. And that was a weekly thing that they did. And after a while, after some drama between them and they were, by the way, they were the ones that created the VGP Unite hashtag with Urban Tentacles. And after some drama, after some time went on, they left the community. They went on hiatus and never came back. And then the collective appeared, the Gamergram drama extended like a lot of people. At some point they blocked Gamergram, block everyone. As far as I'm aware, the person left Gamergram after that and created the photo mode. So at the very start I was very about the photo mode, and recently there was drama with the photo mode. So yeah, and yeah, those were like the days. And after that, after some of that drama, I simply disconnected from the community pages. I disconnected from like the community in general. I just stayed in my little corner, and OSnap went away because of that. OSnap, that started for... Oh, this was like at least 3 years ago. I remember it was the year that Death Stranding came out. It was around that time. Around the time of Death Stranding. Yeah. And I mean, it was threads of like entire days. Like entire days. There were conspiracy theories about people pretending to be other people. It was drama in the little sense of it. Like, it was important for people. It was like hundreds and hundreds of comments and stuff like that. It was... Yeah, imagine the TPM stuff, but like a lot broader than that, like a lot bigger than that. And yeah, it was like across every community page. And another thing was when the virtual photography network came into the fold. They came around the time of the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic. I was exactly like that. Like, these guys are here for the same... I think the community pages always start with good intentions, but with time, they, like, the popularity of it, the hashtags, the whatever, they end up like going to people's heads, and it's only natural, I guess. And yeah. Yeah, I think we were more tightly... Like, we have to think about this in a different way, Spiggy. We have to think about it that as we used to be a lot less people, so we not being as tightly knit as we could be is because we saw the true potential of the VP community back then. Back when there wasn't anyone, like we were all at the same level of followers, we were all at the same level of likes, we were all at the same level, and there were, yeah, there is just too many people right now, and that's okay. That's more than okay. That's only natural, and I'm glad the community is growing. But we are a tightly knit community. We are. I used to say this quite often about other stuff, but you have to find your niche, and you have to find your whole thing. But we are as people, we are part of a community of human beings, and then gamers, and then we go to little by little communities. And something that I never expected to happen is that now there are communities inside the virtual photography community. There are those that are more action games, there are those that are more indie games, there are more AAA, Sony, Xbox, and yeah, we are a big community, but we don't feel as tightly knit because now we are in these subsections of communities, and that's only normal. I never expected the community to grow this much, to be honest, to grow so much that we would have like little communities inside the community, and I'm actually glad for that. Like, I'm part of... I don't feel part of the community because I don't take part in challenges, I don't comment that often. I feel like an outlier many times because of my take, because of what I did in the past, like disconnect myself from community pages, from people, from new people. I honestly feel like an outlier most of the time, and that also happens on the God of War community. Like, the God of War community is very supportive to one another. Like, if you are doing God of War art, everyone comments, memes, everything. God of War is a really nice community, but I because of my experience, because of all the drama in the virtual photography community, I never gave it the chance that they deserve. So right now I feel like an outlier in both the virtual photography community and the God of War community. And before you go and say, no, in the virtual photography community everyone loves you, no, that's not true. I have my fair share of people that do not like me. Yeah, I don't expect everyone to like me. I'm really not. I'm not expecting everyone to like me, but there is a level of bitterness that I wasn't expecting. And that's really the term, bitterness. Like, I'm glad that there are... I'm glad that some people some people get more interactions that I do. Like, I'm not bitter about that. I'm proud of that. So when the problem is not the hate. I think how can I say this without sounding like a bit of a douchebag? Okay, the best way that I can put this is that, let me just try to move some things around. The best way that I can put this is that we are all artists. Whether most people agree or not, virtual photography is art, and we are doing art. We are creating stuff. We are putting our creativity into something and showing it to the world. That takes courage, that takes guts, and for me at least, it's not that I don't I wish everyone could have all the followers. I wish everyone could get as many views as everyone else, but that's just impossible. And to me there is something more, something above all of that, which is respect. I respect anyone that has the courage to take a shot, even if it's not the best composed shot or technically the best shot. I respect that person, so that respect comes first. Before anything else, the respect is there. And I don't see that all the time. I don't see that level of respect all the time. I see a lot of jealousy and bitterness towards someone that took a shot similar to you and got more views. Someone that took a shot that's not technically as good as you but got more likes. And I don't like that. It's not the community that when I started was present. It's just not. And I know it's the internet. That is part of the deal, but I don't hate anyone. I seriously don't hate anyone. And I respect anyone that has the courage to stand up in the crowd. Can you imagine, like, having, let's say, 20 likes in your post? Can you imagine what it's like to talk to in front of an audience of 20 people? It's scary. It's so to have someone to put themselves into it's like it's don't get me started with stealing the ideas for shots. We are all playing the same. There are thousands of people right now playing the same game, taking photos all the time. It's a limited space. It's bound to happen. We will get closer, like shots that are really similar. We will. There are people that have the same style. Like, for instance, Speaking, let me use you as an example, and I believe you will agree with me. You and Nico have very similar styles when it comes to portraits, right? Like, you wouldn't call out Nico, and Nico wouldn't call out you for, oh, you did another Vi portrait. Like, that's so, it's another Ellie portrait. Like, it's so stupid to accuse someone of, like, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Yes, I'm watching Dragon Ball Kai. No, that's not what I want you to see. So, how many times have you seen this picture? Recently. Especially recently. This picture. How many times have you seen this pop up or something similar on your feed? Probably like, let's say 20 times since January 8, 2021. Because there were like 5 people asking me where this bridge is. Never once have them like posted and said, oh, this goes to that pawn. Like, what? And I don't care. I inspired people to go to a place in a game. Like, people from all over the world saw this picture and thought, well, that's a nice place to take a picture. Let's go there. I inspired you to take a similar shot than mine. That's awesome. Why would I be mad about it? That's just awesome. And I don't get it. I just don't get why would
Sindri said
anyone be
Mother was
mad
a warrior.
about you.
she in a war
It's
too?
different if
Of a
you
sort. Her family was
steal their
decimated by
shot.
hostile rivals.
If
She
you
alone survived.
literally
She walked the warrior's
download that
path,
shot and
but
post
her
it as
war
your
was to
own,
live hard,
that's stealing.
to brave an unforgiving world alone.
And that's
If
why she
you
has Sindri and Brock to make
like
the axe?
see
You
someone's
have the
shot
strength
and
to
think,
wield such a weapon, and the
maybe I
wisdom
can
use it
go
for
to
good.
that place and do it better. That's okay. That's fine by me. Do it better. If you don't do it better, do it differently. If you want to recreate my shot, please do. That's awesome.
She found purpose in
Take the
protecting
time
the weak.
to recreate my shot.
She'd help out the elves?
Take the time to look at my work. Take the time to give me the engagement of clicking on my work and actually seeing something that really inspires you to do better. I get that comment all the time. Like, I know that picture of somewhere, wink. Yeah, I saw it. It was yours. Your picture inspired me. I don't have to give you credit for that. I don't have to give you any credit for looking at your picture and thinking, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can try that style. When the collaboration thing is open, I shall do a few. I don't think. Does anyone know if the water reflects Kratos? I don't think it does. I think it only reflects the elements from the. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't reflect even the boat. Like, not even the boat. A bit of the boat. Just a bit. Yeah, it doesn't. By the way, hi Elshan. Yeah, once the whole... There are a lot of features that aren't available on Twitter in in
Atreus, to me.
Europe. But once that feature is... Yeah! Completely different. Completely different stream. Last stream I was quiet the entire stream. But today, yeah. Today I'm really full of energy and with a full chat. Thank you guys. Wasn't there a theme a few years back that was recreating one shot? Like, I would give you one shot and you had to recreate that shot? Or did I imagine it?
I can't get. Look out behind you!
Eclipse, there was no one. No one. I was alone for most of the chat. Most of the stream. I was streaming all alone. Was it Shinobi? I think he did a couple. He did one the before and after. The like I stopped here, but I took this shot. I think I believe he did that. But I wonder, was he the one that did it? Because see, that's a good thing to show. Yeah, I said I was alone and then you joined. About taking the old shots, I can show you something really quick too. Yes, I'm watching Dragon Ball. Let's go. I think it's here. I'm going to this place because it's actually close to where we are. Okay. This one. Your doodles are awesome. Yeah, I'm watching DBZ Kai. So, about something about recreating. Yeah, it's Dragon Ball. I'm watching Dragon Ball again. I'm old. I'm rewatching the entire Dragon Ball Z, not Z, but Kai. So, about recreating old shots. See what I did here? I do it all the time. Like, my shots of God of War are mostly me reworking old shots. Experience with old compositions and trying something new with them. I would be glad if someone went to my albums and scoured them, saw a shot and thought, I'm going to try that. Like, this is what that is. This is folders after folders of other people's work. And yes, I am rewatching Dragon Ball. a few scrolls down my Twitter and you would know what samey is. All my shots look the same, even if I go for other games. Oh, yeah, this is here. Sorry, it shouldn't be.
Na hora do treino, há quem encontre motivação a pensar no fato de banho, ou a pensar no ex, ou a pensar no ex em fato de banho. Para ajudar na tua motivação, Mimosa Proteína criou playlists especiais para dar um boost ao teu treino. Segue-nos agora no Spotify. Mimosa Proteína, leite ou quark, sem adição de açúcares, ricos em proteína. Supera os teus próprios limites.
Yeah, Dragon Ball. Are you guys fans of Dragon Ball? Do you like Dragon Ball? I could stream Dragon Ball. Oh man.
Potential like drain you or anything?
Yes, it's Dragon Ball. I'm rewatching Dragon Ball.
Then would it be okay for me to bring a little buddy of mine up here to see you so you can be like the catalyst or whatever for him? Because I'm sure his reserves have to be totally amazing.
Bring him to me.
Okay, Spiggy, we can't be friends. We can't be friends, sorry. We are done here. Okay. I'm going to pull off Mick here. The Ford Focus has this really great article. Let's try to find it together. Okay. So, I think it's under opinion. It's one of the oldest. It's, yeah. So this is a great article by the Fourth. It's a 3-minute read. It's from 2019, but it's about reposting our shots. It's about why we should repost, and he used to have the archive hour that lets you. This is in response to Lala's comment about there's a stigma of reposting even though it's normal. It's fantastic. It's amazing. It's a great article, and I will send it to the chat. And repost your shots. Honestly, do it. I used to repost my shots every Sunday. I used to, like, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I have a schedule on my posts. I post fairly regularly with a schedule in mind, and I never post on Sunday, or very rarely do I post on Sunday. And I used to dedicate Sunday for my old shots, like reposting old shots. But yeah, I agree. There is a stigma about reposting, and we should. That's it. I said that to Chris in session recently about reposting your shots. You always get new followers, and your followers get new followers. So if you like one, let's imagine that I like your shot. My followers will see that I like that shot, and that will go on and on and on. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. So, on Twitter, there is this thing going on. Artists on Twitter, it's a thing. It's basically people sharing their art and using the hashtag artists on Twitter. Would you be interested in an hashtag called virtual photographers on Twitter? Like when I post my theme, every Saturday or so, I try to do these posts. Let me find it. This was one of the last ones. Every Sunday or so, I try to make these posts asking people for their shots. Would you be like this post in particular is for people to repost shots. I don't ask for anything new. Would you like to see like the hashtag artists virtual photographers on Twitter on that thread, so it's easier to find? And yeah, it's not about the hashtag itself. I don't. Yeah, me too. I don't use hashtags because of that. The thing about the about Twitter is that you don't have to use hashtags in order for people to see your shots, your posts. So if you use like God of War, people will see your posts if they search for the hashtag God of War. I'm the thing about community. The thing about Twitter and community hashtags is that let's go down memory lane once again. So, back when all the drama was happening, I decided to stop using one hashtag and tagging one in particular, one community in particular. I won't tell you who it was, but I think you probably can guess. And after about one week of not tagging them and tagging another community, they asked me straight away, why did you stop tagging me and started tagging others, or continue to tag others? And I said, well, I'm just choosing to not use as many hashtags and tagging, and yeah, that drama happened, and yeah, I stopped tagging and using hashtags altogether after that. Like, other than community hashtags, to get that repost, and I can go on and on about why community hashtags shouldn't be a thing. Other than that, I say no hashtags. For instance, even Insomniac came up with an hashtag if you want to be reposted. The Insomniac community, Insomniac gamers community, something like that. They came up with it, and I don't even use that one. What the heck? Believe me, it's more about who you tag. It's more about who you tag and who shares your content more than what hashtags you use. The thing is, if the community page is fair, okay, it makes no sense to use the tag, the hashtag of the community page, because you are basically promoting them. You are basically using their name. Most of them use their name as the community tag for you to be shared, and that doesn't seem fair to me.
Father, do you ever know anyone else who heard voices?
I knew desperate men at sea who, when our supplies ran dry, would quench their thirst by drinking seawater. They swore the sirens, evil creatures singing to them from nearby islands, were in fact their wives and daughters calling them home. They endangered the crew, steering us toward the reefs.
How did you fix them?
We threw them overboard.
Oh. Well, good thing I didn't drink any seawater.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, it is.
The blue door. That's gotta be the entrance. Let's go.
Careful, boy.
What are they doing? The bridge is gone. They covered the crystal with that stuff. Why?
To prevent reinforcements. Be ready! Good.
Behind you, enemy fire!
2 years ago. 2 years ago, 2020. So around The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima. You are part. Thank you, Eclipse. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Good guesses, by the way. Good guesses. I promise not to tell the rest of the chat who the guest is before you join. After you leave.
Okay, so that did something, I think. Okay, here we go. Careful! Tell me when.
Oh, I forgot to equip.
Not ready.
Are you that sleepy, Spiggy?
What is their problem?
We do not belong here.
Wait, combined together like that, they kind of look like a room. But it doesn't make sense.
Come, back to the boat.
Let's meet again on Monday and let me know how that whole thing goes. Let's discuss the results on Monday.
Father, the pillars and ring form an elvish rune.
What does it ask?
Without me or within me, death is sure. Yet within you, I am life most pure. Yep, it's water, all right.
Yep, it's water or
Boy!
It was the voices again, but different voices. Less angry. They were asking for help.
We are here for the light. I do not care who they are, nor what they want.
You never care about anything.
You have something to say?
No. Luger. What's happening? Whoa! Look what we found! Father?
Yes.
The voices I heard, it was hard to make out, but way in the back I'm pretty sure I heard Mother.
That is not possible.
But I know what I heard.
Atreus, enough.
I hate this dude.
He looks different. Look at the... horns.
Behind me.
I like that Kratos' face is like,
That can't be good.
yeah, I'm gonna kill you. I wish we could get better shots of him. I think it's... I think no one has a really good shot of him, because...
Behind you! Behind you! Watch out!
Because of his appearance, like the only place you can take photos of him is during the fight with him, and this fight is under the dark. It's a really dark place, so that makes it super hard to get shots of him. That's just amazing. Can you send it to me? Can you like tag me or send it or leave a like on my interaction so that I can see it, Lala? Oh, don't. It's not. It's never embarrassing to tag me. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. Yeah. Oh man, what a blast from the past. Yeah, it was right at the time where I was when I was posting um Assassin's Creed. So yeah, I remember this. It was one of the few times that anyone said they were inspired by my Assassin's Creed photos. My Assassin's I still believe my Assassin's Creed photos are really bad, but I'm really happy to inspire you. Bro, that's yeah. That I'm super glad to hear that. I'm the same. I'm not really the biggest fan of uh, Assassin's Creed in general, but their photo modes and their worlds are beautiful. They are perfect, and they have a very special place to me. So to hear that someone got inspired by my shots of it, uh, I'm really glad. Uh, Something that I didn't share enough back then was a stream that I did with the gametographers. Um, um, I did a stream with the gametographers where we had to take 30 pictures with 30 different themes. It was a big challenge in one stream. And it was like a race to see who got 30 photos first. And I did it with Odyssey. And the fact that I did it with Odyssey really means a lot to me, because it was one of the only games that I remember perfectly my mindset of when playing, because it was the start of the pandemic. It was the only game that I played where I had to think about different styles. Instead of just one. It was a really special game in my... Yeah, it was a race and a multi-stream challenge. We were all streaming it. Yeah, we were really crazy. So I remember, I think I remember most, if not all, of the comments I received back then. What's crazy is that we should do it. We should do it, Spiggy. What's really crazy about AC is that I never took any shots of any Assassin's Creed, any Ubisoft game after that. It was the one and only Ubisoft game that I played, and I took shots and I shared it. And I got a ton of Ubisoft people to follow me. Like a ton back then. And I really thought back then that my shots were shit. My shots were bad. And that got me to work on Far Cry 6. That playthrough of Assassin's Creed Odyssey at the start of the pandemic, when I didn't realize my shots were making waves, was the playthrough that got me my first industry job. Yeah, that's crazy. I should expand my portfolio. I should try new games. I should go for games that maybe I have no interest in the first place, and try it and throw myself out there, because that landed me my first job, and that was really good. That was an awesome experience.
Stay away from those cages.
Locked up.
Let's be honest, I will probably never work with Insomniac on Spider-Man or any other game, and I will probably never work with Santa Monica on the next God of War. But I'm always sharing content from them. Not because I want those jobs, but because I like the games, and that's something that I aspire to. But maybe, just maybe, building a portfolio with other companies is as important as playing the games that you... You have enough cases. Like one story that I love in the VP community is the Mortal Shell photo mode from Shinobi. I love that story. So the game released on PC without a photo mode, but it had support on Ansel. Ansel is basically the NVIDIA tool that lets every game that supports it have a photo mode. And he took a few shots of Mortal Shell and shared it on the Discord, the Mortal Shell Discord, and he got the gig. They asked him to be a photo mode counselor or something, advisor, and he helped as an advisor to build a photo mode because he shared these shots of an indie game on their Discord server. Yeah, compared to the experience we had a few years back, it's much more open now. And I think part of the reason why is social media and the pandemic. That helped, like, that helped some developers and some studios realize that fans
Very tricky.
fans can be trusted. Fans can, like, devs and fans had the same experience.
Think that side hallway will get us to the temple?
We will find out.
Yeah, and something that I really appreciate, and today I saw someone, can't remember who. It's not free though. They have to pay the cost of developing the tool, so it's not free. It's very, very worth it for them to have a photo mode, but it's not free. And then they have to... How do I get there? Can't remember. Oh, I remember now. Today I saw someone, I can't remember who, celebrating that Gorilla interacted with them for the first time. And that made me really glad, because something that I really don't like to see is people complaining that devs only interact with the same people and that devs Um.
Oh, she is gone, boy. Speak no more of this.
Fine.
I don't like seeing people say that the photo mode, the photo modes, the devs only interact with certain people. It's hard. Can you imagine like what it must be? How many times are you? Oh, fucking hell! Can you imagine how many times it must be you must be tagged if you work at Insomniac? Like Insomniac games get tagged all the time. Like they have 5 million. They have 5 million followers. But I'm 4 minutes away. 4 minutes away from going away, from stopping the stream, and now you show up. Now you show up. What did I miss between you two? Did I miss something? Is this a new bro ship? Jesus! That's too much, Cologne. Hmm. No, no. I'm loving this slate. This slate that just happened in my chat. It's one of the most wholesome things that happened since I started streaming. Do you guys want to order now, or are you having drinks after? The drinks? Are you checking out the drinks? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry about the hijack. So, this one, by the way, this is still a VP stream. This one or this one? I prefer this one, I guess. But which one before we go? Ooh. Now you're talking my language. Japanese with whiskeys. Okay. So we are all in agreement. Okay. I'm loving this. I'm loving this spiritual conversation about fragrances and about drinks. But this is still a VP stream, so today it was a very cool stream. It's probably one of my favorite streams so far. What did we capture? Kratos. We captured a lot of Kratos. You are in Norway, right? Speaking. That's not too much. Oof. 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 Okay, that's not that much. Let's chat soon. Okay.
Como premium,
I'm
se você quer relaxar ou jogar energia
I'm leaving now.
aqui, você
Thank you all.
tá afim
I will see you again on Monday. Please,
com a música
all of you,
sem
be here on Monday. They are expensive.
pra saber mais.
Flights in Portugal are very expensive. And let's just say fuck you, Hoffman, in the chat very quickly. Everyone just say fuck you, Hoffman. You can you have permission to say fuck you, Hoffman, in the chat. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope I can see you again on Monday.